Alright guys, we're going to be taking on the New York Football Jets here in this rebuild. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the squad here. Offensive line isn't great. We have 2 guards. That's really what we're dealing with here, but they're not young either. So we're not going to have them for long. How old is Simile? I'm pretty sure he's decently old. Yeah, he's 30. That's not young. Yeah, so not really in a great position. Really just completely need to revamp this O-line. Tight end, though, we do have Herndon, who's a nice tight end. He's young. He's only 23. I think he's got a lot of upside, so I think him and Sam Darnold should be a nice connection here. RB, we have Lev Bell, and he's 27. I'm just worried. I know running backs regress horribly in Madden. I'm not sure how bad they regress with an X Factor, though. X Factor players usually hang on to their overall for a decent amount of time, but I'm not sure how much running backs do. I guess we'll find out here. Wide receivers aren't bad at all. We have Robbie Anderson, who can straight up fly. And then we have Jamison Crowder, one of the better slot guys in all of football. And he can be a number 2 guy, I believe. So I'm going to start him at number 2. But when we bounce to 3 receiver packages, he is going to bounce in the slot because he's so good there. He's got so much agility in that position. I think he's a great fit for it. And then we also have Demaryius Thomas at the moment, who, I mean, geez. We got a loaded receiving core. Somehow, Sam Darnold here is only sitting at a 73 overall, but he doesn't have bad stats. Like, what stat here is giving him this low of an overall? He's got good short accuracy, not horrible throw power, but not great. He's got okay deep accuracy, not great medium, but I would say it'd be the only knock I have on him. He's got good awareness for a quarterback in his second year. Good throw on the run. Actually, I would say great throw on the run with 86. Yeah, he's got decent mobility. Not a whole lot here going bad for Sam Darnold. He definitely looks like he's got a lot of upside to work with. Defensively here, let's go ahead and take a look at the D-line. Anderson's probably the only guy that won't be here long term. We got Leonard Williams and Quinnen Williams, which are great picks. Great guys here on the squad. Linebackers should be good when we get back. Oh, actually, Avery Williamson shouldn't be injured. I don't like to start with injuries on my rebuilds here, because it can devastate a rebuild. So we will bounce Avery Williamson to go along with C.J. Mosley. And that's a real formidable linebacking core right there. Jordan Jenkins doesn't have any, outstanding skills like finesse or power move. He's just a good athlete, and that's not what we need. We need guys that can get to the passer, especially if we're running a 3-4. We'll see what he does this year, but I'm not expecting our linebackers, outside linebackers, I should say, to be here long term. Safeties, we have some bright safeties here, real young guys, Jamal Adams and Marcus May, but they have a lot of upside. I'd say the worst part defensively for us is going to be cornerbacks. Tremaine Johnson's been a bust. Let's face it, he's been a bust ever since they signed him to that massive deal coming over from the Rams, and he just hasn't lived up to it. He really hasn't. So I really feel like that's just a big area of concern for us. We have to upgrade cornerback pretty quickly. We have a nice slot guy in Brian Poole, but that's honestly all we got going for us. Daryl Roberts is 28. None of our guys are young, so we just have some veterans at corner, and they're going to start regressing. So we definitely need to address that ASAP. But let's go ahead and see who we're going to have to re-sign here. Oh, wow, already we're going to be hit with some big signings here, but they got to get done. I'm not going to lie, I'm playing my own Arizona franchise here just to get a little warmed up before I hop into some of my gameplay videos for you guys. And I'm not going to lie, I have Leonard Williams, and he's a monster for me, so we're going to re-sign him. I would have been hesitant if I hadn't used him myself, but he's a monster in the sim. I mean, look at those stats. He's got insane abilities. He doesn't want a horrible contract hit either. We're signing him 100%. Robbie Anderson, he's going to come back. He's a real speed threat, as you can see there at that 94 speed. And again, he doesn't want a horrible cap hit. Demaryius Thomas, it's time to let him go. Brian Poole, oh wow, he's only 26? Wow, I thought Brian Poole was older than that. I thought he was like a vet. I mean, could be a veteran. He's been in the league for 3 years here, but man, that's borderline maybe re-signing him. That's a big cap hit, though. I don't know if I want to sign him. We'll do it. Because I feel like the New York Jets are going to do it IRL, so we'll do it. We'll re-sign him. So far, we're going to bring back Williams, Anderson, Brian Poole, Jordan. Oh, well, to see what kind of a year Jordan Jenkins has, Not a whole lot here, to be honest. So yeah, once it starts getting a little dicey, okay, Luke Falk, I might as well cut you now. All right, because you couldn't hold the fort down when we needed you, and it didn't work out. Didn't work out. So Sam Darnold definitely showed why he should be the starter here. Brian Poole, though, so yeah, Brian Poole's coming back. Leonard Williams and Robbie Anderson. That's all we're going to bring back at this point. Let's go ahead and get to the end of the year and see what kind of a record we finish with. All right, so we're here at the end of the year. No surprise, no playoffs in year one, and I'm not mad at that. We finished 4-12, which isn't bad, but I would have hoped for a little bit better, especially after they took out the Cowboys IRL. But we get some nice upgrades that we need. We get 4 for our franchise quarterback. Only 1 by Robbie Anderson, 2 by Jamison Crowder, though. Defensively here, I'd hope oh, wow. Quinnen Williams is going to be a superstar. That's big. He's going to have abilities, and I'm pretty sure he might have some already. Secure tackler, okay. That's nice. That's nice to know he's got abilities. Really nice, actually. So, it looks like we upgraded pretty well. You know, Patriots run away with the division, which is to be expected. So, Sam Darnold looks... Take what year he looked like. You got to keep in mind he was out for a couple of games as well. That's not a bad year. Considering he missed a few games, that's pretty good stats. 3,200 yards, 24 touchdowns to 6 picks, 69% completion rate. That's a pretty decent year coming off, especially him having mono. Like I said, I've had mono before. It's not fun. It's not fun. Let's just say that. All right. Running the ball here. We got 907. Oh, that's a bit down. Jesus. I would have expected Bell to have better than that. 970 yards? Only 5 touchdowns to 2 fumbles. That's not great. We can't average 60 yards rushing a game. That's gotta change. Robbie Anderson, 78 receptions, 900 yards, 4 touchdowns. Jamison Crowder, ooh, that's a nice year. 82 receptions, 881 yards, 9 touchdowns. So it looks like Robbie Anderson and Jamison Crowder really just lead the team in the receiving department. Demaryius Thomas didn't do too bad. Ooh, Herndon? Not a whole lot of yards, but putting up 7 touchdowns. I'll take that. All right. Sacks-wise, we got 11 sacks. Ooh, okay. Well, can't allow that. We can't allow that. We knew our tackles were bad. Everybody else kind of held their own, to be honest. Maybe our guards can stay here for another year or two, because I don't know if we can replace our whole offensive line in one offseason, but we can probably start with the tackles, to be honest. 92 tackles by Marcus May, 87 by Blake Cashman, 84 by CJ Mosley. Sacks, we're going to get 10 by Jordan Jenkins. Wow. Bit of a breakout year by him. Maybe worth a re-signing, maybe worth a franchise tag. See if he can reproduce. 5.5 by Quinnen Williams. That's pretty good, considering he's playing a D tackle in a 3-4. That's really good, actually. 4.5 by Copeland. 4 by Cashman. 4 by Williams. I think Williams is going to be more of a tackle for loss guy. And he has 7. He put up a decent amount of tackles as well. Interceptions, we get 4 by Jamal Adams. I mean, that's not surprising. It's Jamal Adams. What's his abilities? He should have both of them by now. Enforcer and under pressure. What? He's got under pressure as a safety? Defenders with this ability can apply pressure on the quarterback from a greater distance. Are you serious? He could be nasty on some safety blitzes. I ain't never seen a DB have that. Yeah, I've seen outside linebackers, but a DB to have under pressure? That's insane. That's insane. I mean, that really is insane. 2 picks by Darryl Roberts. Couple of ones here. Brian Poole gets 1. Johnson gets 1. CJ Mosley gets 1. Pretty good year. Not offensively, but Sam Darnold played well, considering he was out for a few games. Who won MVP quickly? Lamar Jackson. All right, Patty Mahomes coming in. Hey, don't diss Mahomes like that, all right? Wow, Lamar Jackson wins it, though. We're not in the conversation, most likely, but still some good things to look forward to for us. We didn't have a horrible year. We had a couple of bright spots. But let's go ahead and see if we can make some nice free agent signing. All right, so we're going to take a bit of a chance here. I usually like to build my O-line up immediately, but you know what? We'll take a chance. We'll take a chance. We need defensive help, at least to get after the passer. If we're going to continue to run this 3-4 defense, I did end up deciding to let Jordan Jenkins go And we didn't make any signings in free agency because we just don't have a whole lot of cap to begin with. So we're kind of going to save that and hopefully get some key players here in the draft. We're going to draft Isaiah Simmons. He ran a 4.52 as an outside linebacker. And he's a speed rusher. I think we really need him. He's a 78 overall. Only normal development, but great overall to start. And that's going to be a really nice skill set to start with. You got an 88 speed. I mean, that's a real speed rusher. Not bad strength. And good finesse move. So I expect him to be a pretty good guy for us. Okay. This guy looks like a pretty decent monster. I mean, he's got A stats everywhere. Best in the bench reps at the right tackle spot. We got to take him. We have to. I mean, that's too good to pass up on. He's a 78 overall here. Pretty good stats around the board. Yeah, that was pretty good. I'm happy with it. To be honest, we needed a left tackle. And I'm not going to be cheeky with it and just bounce this guy over to left tackle. So we got ourselves a nice right tackle here to go along with our nice outside linebacker we took. Gonna go after another O-lineman here, Ezra Cleveland. It looks pretty decent. Not great stats, but he's got okay stats everywhere. It looks like 71 overall. Better than what we have, 90 strength. At least we have a good strength to build on here. And if he upgrades, I mean, he's got good strength to start. The okay pass block. 79 really needs to work on impact blocking, but if he upgrades it, I mean, you know, at least he's got the things you can't really upgrade down, which is strength, which is pretty important. We're going to go receiver here. I know that might be a little questionable, but there's not a whole lot of people on my board. This class was really big, so I wasn't able to scout everybody in every class. So I think we're going to go after Kindred Rogers. He was a deep threat that I did have my eye on. He has pretty good route running, it looks like. It looks like he could really fit on our squad. So, I mean, when you get somebody that can route run at any stage, it's pretty decent. 72 overall, just nice stats. He needs to work on catching traffic. But besides that, I mean, he's got another pretty good base to work up on. Not insane speed, but decent. Good all-around route running. I'll take it. Considering Jamison Crowder is going to play the slot for us and our number 2 guy, we got Robbie Anderson locked down. We really did need a number 3 spot for when Crowder did bounce into the slot, and I think this guy can fill that, and I think he can do it nicely. With the last pick I show you guys here, there's another really nice O-lineman. I mean, he's got A stats everywhere, and if he's real good, we might just bounce this guy inside, or we could even bounce him, I guess, to a left tackle. Because our left tackle isn't great, but, I mean, this guy looks really good. He's a 75 overall, hidden development here. Pass protector, yes. He is bouncing over to play left tackle, 100%. So, we hit on 2 tackles, and that one left tackle is probably going to bounce to, like, left guard for us. Because this guy is way too good not to be a starter on our tackle. Because we have a nice right tackle now, and this right tackle can play left tackle. At the start of year 2, and I'm not going to lie, I'm feeling pretty good about our draft spots. You know, we really address offensive line in a pretty big way. And if you guys do watch my rebuild, you know I love to get that done early. Because there's nothing worse than needing an O-line late in a rebuild. And yeah, it looks like we hit on 2 tackles, which is very good. These tackles are very much important here. So yeah, hidden development guys, we'll see what they end up being. But that's pretty nice to just hit on those guys. We did bounce one of our tackles over to center just to see how he plays. Now, I don't know about having a 6'6 center, but at least Sam Darnold, you know, he's tall enough to be able to stand up in there and make throws over some people if he has to, which is nice. Guards are still pretty decent, so I expect Lev Bell to have a real nice season. How did Sam Darnold upgrade here? He had a couple upgrade points. He had like 5. Okay, I'll take that. He's got 90 short accuracy. Pretty good stats. Not going to lie, pretty good stats. Liking the way our offense is shaping up here. Defensively, I mean, we got our fair share of superstars. Can I say a bust, though, in Tremaine Johnson? Down to a 74 overall? How longer do we have this guy? Because I want to get rid of him. Man, we got him for 3 years, 15 mil cap hit. Good Lord. I'm looking to get rid of this brother, not keep him for 3 years. I mean, we might just pull a trade together because I have to get rid of that cap hit. That is insanely disgusting. I cannot have a 15 mil cap hit on a 74 overall corner that's getting worse. So that we'll see what we can do there. Most likely we'll try to move him though before mid-season. Brian Poole is upgrading, which is nice. Safeties, we're gonna have a good safety core. We know this. Jamal Adams, Marcus May, real nice duo there. Couldn't get a right outside linebacker this one, but Avery Williamson's coming back off injury to go along with CJ Mosley. That should be a real nice linebacking core there. And then we do have Isaiah Simmons, who had a real nasty speed rusher stats that I think can get after some people. I'm hoping he has a really big year this year. We'll see what he does. And besides that, our D-line's looking pretty nice. Anderson didn't regress too much. I don't think he regressed at all, actually. And then we got Quinnen Williams, who has... he's got superstar stuff. So we got 3 superstars on defense that can have some stats here and there, some skill position things, which I'm happy about considering that. Do we have any on offense? No, we don't have any X factors. I mean, any superstars besides Le'Veon Bell. So yeah, we definitely need to develop some of these guys into possibly superstars. That's easier said than done, though. But let's go ahead and get to midseason. Like I said, though, I probably will move Tremaine Johnson. I'll let you guys know if I can get that deal to go down, maybe get a pick for it. But let's get to midseason and see if we're going to re-sign anybody. Alright, so I wanted to just show you guys this before we got to midseason. I actually could pull off a trade here. We traded him to the Giants. The Giants must have a very desperate need at cornerback to give up a 3rd round for Tremaine Johnson. But to be honest, it might have just not worked out up here in New York. We'll see what he does in the Giants, but that 3rd round pick probably is going to help us out a decent amount this year. And we get rid of a 15 mil cap hit in Tremaine Johnson. I mean, this just works out for us in a big way. I mean, to be honest, I really don't know how many big name players we're going to be able to re-sign, because look at these players we already got to re-sign. Jamal Adams wants a monster contract. I never seen a safety get paid that much. 7 years, $97 million? 14 mil cap hit for real? I mean, Jamal Adams is one of the best safeties in the league, number 2 ranked safety. But I just didn't know that was the market for safeties, that they would almost get quarterback money. I mean, this is what they make. That's per year, I'd say. Yeah, that's about what a quarterback would make. Probably, I mean, yeah, more now, but average quarterback, you're getting probably that much. I mean, Jamal Adams is going to get paid with that contract. We're going to bring him back. Avery Williamson, he's 28, but to be honest, he has really good stats. I'd love to bring him back. I think we will bring him back. How big of a cap hit is that? Oh, that's not horrible. Actually, you know what? We have CJ Mosley. We could probably find a better linebacker. Well, not a better one, but one that's way cheaper than what he's asking for. Gotta let these guards go. Again, I'd love to bring them back, but they're up there in age and they're not great, so there's really not a reason for me to pay them what they're asking. Marcus May, I would do want to bring him back and keep him to go along with Jamal Adams. That is going to do it, so yeah. We'll bring back Marcus May and Jamal Adams, and we'll let everybody else test here. Alright, I mean, somehow we make the playoffs here at 8-7-1. I'm not mad at that. We win the division. It doesn't look like the division is going to be too hard for the taking up here, which isn't bad. That should help us out in a pretty big way. Yeah, I definitely feel like that will help us out, the division not being real competitive. I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy that we make the playoffs here in year 2. That should give our guys some XP. Yeah, decent amount of XP to go around. Ooh, our tackles ended up being star development. I'll take that. Okay, defensively here, what do we got? Not much, to be honest, not much. Only 3 upgrades here by Isaiah Simmons, though. That's a lot compared to everybody else. So it looks like he might have had a decent year. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Taking on Pittsburgh here. They only have 8 wins as well. So it's a battle of 8-win teams in the playoffs. Oh, that's not bad by freaking Sam Darnold. I knew he was going to have a bounce back year. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty good year by Sam Darnold. 4,000, about almost 4,100 yards. 35 touchdowns. He has a great touchdown to INT ratio. 35-8. 68% completion rate. That's a really good year by Sam Darnold. Rushing here, we get 50. Oh, wow. We get 1,600 yards about by Lev Bell. 16 touchdowns, no fumbles. Really good year there. Sam Darnold ran when he had to. That's nice to see. Receiving here, we get 82 receptions, 1,162 yards, 10 touchdowns. Actually make it 11 for Jamison Crowder. Robbie Anderson, he only put up 67 receptions, 778 yards, but he put up 10 touchdowns, which is impressive. 62, 702 by our tight end. Kindred Rogers didn't have a horrible year at all. 66, 605. Considering that Jamison Crowder plays the number 2 spot and our slot, Kindred Rogers made the most of his snaps. Le'Veon Bell did decent from the receiving game as well. Blocking, we held out. Oh, wow. What? Our left tackle allowed 17 sacks? It's not great. I don't know what to say about that. That's just not great. I don't know what happened. Defensively, we get we get 300 tacklers. 116 by CJ Mosley, 106 by Williamson, 105 by Jamal Adams. I mean, he earned his contract. Sacks, we get 7 by... Oh, wow, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Leads the team in sacks as a ruck, 7. He had 11 tackles for loss and a pick. 5.5 by Avery Williamson, 4 by Henry Anderson, 4 by Leonard Williams. Interceptions, we're going to get 3 by Mosley, 3 by May, 3 by Nate Harrison, 2 by Brian Poole. How old is Nate Harrison here? Well, I mean, he's only 26, but he doesn't have good stats at all. 2 picks by Poole, 2 by Adams. Pretty good year. Just all around, pretty good year. Go ahead and check out the yearly awards here. Phillip Rivers wins MVP. Josh Allen comes in at number 3. Okay. We're not in the conversation, unfortunately, here. Le'Veon Bell comes in at number 6. Sam Darnold right behind him. I just want to check out these rookies real quick. Defensive rookie. Oh, man, I wanted it really bad. Isaiah Simmons comes in at number 2. That would have helped him out, at least upgrade-wise. He'd have had some upgrade points had he won Defensive Rookie of the Year. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out, but either way, we're in the playoffs here, and we're going to be taking on Pittsburgh. Let's get it. All right, so taking on Pittsburgh here. We'll see what we can get done. This would be a pretty big win. I mean, I know Pittsburgh's had their fair share of problems, but they're still a pretty good squad. Mike Tomlin leading them. Definitely don't want to underestimate them at all. Okay, we get a 10-point lead. I'll take it. Pittsburgh, they make it a 3-point lead. We got the ball back. We get a touchdown. We're going to win this game over Pittsburgh. Pretty nice win. Pretty nice win there. We beat Mike Tomlin in the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ooh, wow. Big Ben looked horrible. 16-34. Okay, he's retiring after this season. You heard it here first. Sam Darnold went off. 112 rating, 266 yards, 68% completion rate, 3 touchdowns to 1 pick. Pretty good year by him. I mean, pretty good year and pretty good game here over the Steelers, and he gets us the dub, his first playoff win of his young career here. Let's go ahead and hop right into the divisional round. All right, man, it's always the damn Browns we got to play here, and we know how good they are. If we beat the Browns, I mean, maybe not IRL, but they're Madden gods. I mean, you can barely beat them. As you can see here, they've came back from, what was it, a 21-7 deficit? I mean, we're contending with the Browns, which is impressive. 1-score game. Get a stop. We put up a touchdown. We lose there, but I would say that argues that we have serious playoff potential, considering that we lost by 3 to Cleveland, and we're only in year 2. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm actually really happy with that. Sam Darnold played out of his mind, and I don't see us getting worse at all, so I definitely feel like come next year, we face the Browns again. I think we get it done. We're here in free agency, a lot of big names to pick from here, and we're going to go after some crazy people here. Let me show you. So we're going to go after Trent Williams. I know we do have a left tackle, but he allowed 17 sacks last year. Can't have that. But I feel like if we get Trent Williams here, I mean, we're heading into year 3. He's 33. I'm banking on that he doesn't retire. I really am. He's usually superstars. They don't regress real bad at all. And they'll tend to stay around for a year or two longer than, they tend to would if they didn't have that superstar development. So I'm going to take a chance here. We're going to go after one of the best left tackles in the league, Trent Williams. And we'll see if he makes a huge difference. And then we could bounce this guy to guard, considering we did lose Winters and Osimile. Chidobe Awuzie, we had to go after him. We really desperately needed cornerback help. Richard Sherman was available, but I don't know. He wanted a lot of money. Plus, he was like 33, so I didn't want to take two of those chances in the same free agency, especially with Sam Darnold's contract coming up pretty soon. We got to save a little bit of cap here. Then we're also going to go after Takk McKinley. If we get him, I'm going to bounce him out to a right outside linebacker to go along with Isaiah Simmons. And I think that could be a nice, very nice outside linebacking core that could just get after the passer. They're both speed rushers. So I feel like that would set up a really good formula for success for us if we land him. A big if we land him. Now, come on, do not screw me over here. Please accept him. God dang it, Trent Williams, come on. I needed you. That was the biggest signing. Okay, well, it's not horrible considering we do have two nice tackles. I really would have loved to get an elite one there, but it's all right. We don't have to take that chance anyway, I guess, but we get a cornerback and we get a right end in Takk McKinley, and like I said, I'm going to bounce him to a right outside linebacker. We didn't have a great draft, but we definitely did hit on the positions that we needed, and those were two guards, and we took Peter Cohen here with our first round pick, picked him 25th overall. He ended up having superstar development here. Probably the best O-lineman I've drafted as a guard. Ratings, he's got pretty good ratings. Not great run blocking, but as a left guard, we're probably not going to need him to do that. And he can pass block with the best of them here. He's got good impact, good awareness. Just one of the, I would say, he's already the 9th ranked left guard in the league. He's got to be one of the best linemen I've drafted. Doesn't have the abilities yet, but we'll see what those will be. He only needs an 80 overall to get his first. Then we go with the right guard, Daquan Redmond. He ends up having star developments. He's just a good all-around guard. He doesn't have great strength, but that's a little rough, but he does have decent speed, so I think we can use him to bounce outside, get in front of some blockers for our RB. I feel like this is going to really help out our running game and just protect Sam Darnold. So we get two good guards there, whiffed on a couple of picks in a row, but then we got a middle linebacker here, Jamie Randolph. He only has a 68 overall, but he's got pretty good stats. Only thing he needs to work on is block shed. Awareness, obviously. A little bit of zone coverage, but besides that, he's pretty good. He's got all right tackling. And to be honest, I'll take the downgrade just to save a little bit of money because, Avery Williamson, that's an 8 mil cap hit. We're getting this guy basically for free, and he's just needs a couple areas to work on. So I definitely feel like this guy has a lot more upside. He's younger, and that's going to do it here for the draft. We didn't really get anybody else that's going to start here. So I'll catch you guys here at the start of year 3. Jesus, look at how we have to start the year off against Cleveland. Well, that'll be a tell sign, I guess, to how our team will perform against them. I don't really think we're a playoff caliber team this year. I'm really liking the way we look. We've pretty much revamped our O-line, which is nice. So we have a lot of young guys, all draft guys playing on our O-line. And they're looking pretty good. Herndon still at tight end. Hasn't upgraded much, which is a little disappointing there. Sam Darnold is upgrading. Our receivers are looking nice. Robbie Anderson, Jamison Crowder has superstar development now. So he's got an ability as the in and out elite, which is nice. So that's going to give Sam Darnold another option there. Kindred Rogers hasn't upgraded much. Le'Veon Bell hasn't regressed, which is nice as well, though. Defensively, so how good is Cashman here is the real question. He's only 25. Okay, he's starting. He is starting. That's no doubt about that. Let's go ahead and make him our sub linebacker as well. Jesus, I didn't know he was that good. We might have not even addressed that. So we have Cashman there. Linebacking core is really nice. So now we have Mosley, Cashman, Isaiah Simmons, and Takk McKinley. D-line is the same with Anderson, Williams, and then cornerback we did pick up Awuzie from free agency. And we still have Brian Poole, and he's going to play the slot and do it well. He's one of the better slot guys in the league. So I'm liking the way we've upgraded there. Marcus May at free safety. And then the big one is Jamal Adams. He ended up getting a X Factor, and I think it's a great X Factor for him. Selfless. I think that would be a perfect one for him because, you know, it's kind of just how he plays. He's a selfless guy. That makes a lot of sense. So I don't know what this kind of means, though. When selfless players are making their plays, teammates are motivated to perform better when they enter the zone. All on-field teammates enter the zone as well. What if I don't have any anybody in the like any zone guys on defense? He's my only X factor. So I don't know what's going to happen when he enters the zone. Like, is everybody going to enter the zone or only X factor guys? I guess I'm not real too sure about that. But I wouldn't think it would be everybody. It'd probably just be your X factors. But unfortunately, we only have one X factor. So, I mean, that X factor's kind of not getting used at the moment. So we do need to develop another X factor ASAP. A freaking sap. But that is going to take us to an end here at reviewing the roster. Let's go ahead and see what we're looking like here at midseason. I feel like we should be playoff team. We made the playoffs last year. I think we've gotten a little bit better. Got some nice O-linemen in the draft. I'm feeling pretty good. But we knew this was coming. Sam Darnold's contract here. He wants paid, and obviously we're going to have to bring him back. Herndon, I don't know. We'll see how much cap we got. Oh, wow. Even after we sign him, we're going to have a decent amount of cap. Well, that's pretty good. And then what's 134 mil? That's a steal, kind of, considering the contracts that have been going out recently for quarterbacks. Herndon, I don't know. I think it's time to move on. He just has not really produced. I was a big fan of Herndon. And in the sim, I don't know if it's just not going right for him, but he definitely hasn't upgraded much. And I don't see him upgrading much now when he needs 12,000 XP to upgrade. So we'll probably move on from him. Try to get another tight end that can help us out a little bit. Besides that, that's going to be the only guy we bring back, our franchise quarterback. And besides that, we're going to let everybody else test here, including Herndon. We might franchise him, see if we can pull together a trade. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see what happens. Wow, just no playoffs, all right? Year 3, no playoffs. That's a little worrying. We finished 6-10? Dang. Okay, I'm not too sure what happened. Let's go ahead and take a look. That's a little scary. First of all, let's go ahead and check out the yearly awards. I just want to see if we're mentioned in the MVP. Nope, we're not. We're not. Of course we're not. Quarterback here, we got 4,000 yards by Darnold. I mean, pretty much the same year as last year. 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, 10 picks, 68% completion rate. Decent stats. Running the ball, Le'Veon Bell, 1,200 yards. Actually making about 15 touchdowns to 2 fumbles. Ooh, wow. Kindred Rogers, our 1,000-yard receiver. 56 receptions, 1,000 yards. Makes the most of his receptions, averaging 18.3 yards a reception. 6 touchdowns. Jamison Crowder, 92, 907. Robbie Anderson, 805. He's got to step up a little bit as our number 1 guy. Herndon, 71, 686. I mean, see, that's average. I wouldn't mind that, but when he's looking for a contract extension, I just don't think we need to give it to him. Le'Veon Bell, 35, 450, and 3. Okay. Decent receiving stats there, especially by Kindred Rogers. How is our left tackle still allowing this amount of sacks? I'd hoped that would have been out of him by now. So 13 sacks. I guess it is a bit down from 17. Maybe these linemen just need to get a year in the league before they start performing a little bit better. Right guard allowed 9 sacks. Can't happen. Can't happen. We get 112 tackles here from CJ Mosley. 97 from Brian Poole. 93 from Jamal Adams. I'll take that. Decent production from our safeties there, which is nice to see. Sacks, we're going to... Oh, wow. We didn't get many sacks at all. I would have hoped bringing in McKinley would free up some people. 5.5 sacks by Isaiah Simmons. I mean, we have a lot of tackles for loss, if that's anything. 5 by McKinley. 4.5 by Leonard Williams. 4 by CJ Mosley. Look at those tackles for loss, though. 9, 9, 15, 10, 8, 11. Interceptions, we get 2 by Mosley, 2 by Poole, 2 by May, 1 by Peace. Wow. freaking Jamal Adams didn't have a pick. That's a little rough considering the contract we signed him to just a year ago. We finished 11th in offensive yards, and what do we finish in defense? 19th. All right. Got to step up a little bit then, I guess. Okay. That's real devastating, to be honest. I thought we would be playoff team coming into this year, but I guess not. We'll have to make some moves here in free agency. It did look like we had a decent amount of cap to work with, too. All right, so here's going to be my signings. We're going to go after J.J. Watt here, and I'm going to bounce him over to a right end, actually, if we end up landing him, which it looks like we should. Only competing offer here is Buffalo, and we're offering way more than they are. Frank Wagner, we've needed a center this whole rebuild. I know our center is upgrading, but heading into year 4 here, I'd love to get just a complete upgrade here. I know we have to spend a lot of money on it, but heading into year 4, I'm willing to take that risk. We're also going to go after Josh Gordon, not to start him at receiver, actually to bounce him over to a tight end, which I think he fits. I mean, at least if we're seeing him playing in the Patriots game, it looks like he is more kind of like a tight end, to be honest. That's how they're utilizing him. So I feel like if we move him to tight end, he's 6'3", 225. I feel like that would help us out. I feel like at a tight end, he could really make some plays. And we'll see if it does work out. I'm definitely excited to try it out heading into next season. Let's just go ahead and see if they want to accept it. Come on. Oh, man. If we get Josh Gordon at tight end, that'll be nasty. And we get Frank Wagner, J.J. Watt, and Gordon. We get all the guys we want. Now let's go ahead and hop into the draft here. See if we can't get anybody good. So we end up getting a pretty nice cornerback here. Malcolm Golden. That was my main concern coming into the draft. We had to get a cornerback to go along with Chidobe, and I think this guy can do it. Malcolm Golden here. He's got hidden development. As you guys can see here, he's 22, 214, 5'11". Doesn't have great man coverage to start off, but he's got a great speed. So that man coverage, I think, can come with time. He's already got good awareness. And if he starts upgrading, we'll go into that slot to get him scheme fit. I expect him to upgrade quite rapidly, to be honest. We do get a right end just in case things go south here with J.J. Watt and he retires after this year. We do have a backup plan. He's got hidden development. He's got an alright finesse move. But this is like a worst case scenario if we need to get somebody in there ASAP. If we don't have somebody to play. I tried to go after some people. They didn't work out. Let's just say that. They didn't work out. But we get our most important position that we needed, and that was a corner. All right, in year 4, let's go ahead and set our season goal. Man, we got to make the playoffs, don't we? I think we had like 6 wins last year, which is a little crazy, but I mean, we upgraded in a big way. We signed some big name players. Offense is basically the same. The only addition is going to be Frank Wagner and Josh Gordon at tight end. And besides that, it's basically the same here everywhere across the board. They're just upgrading a little bit, which is nice. Our whole line's coming together. I'm real curious to see how Josh Gordon plays at tight end. Kindred Rogers had a breakout season last year, hoping for another. And Sam Darnold's looking good with his 85 overall. I mean, he won't miss a pass. Go ahead and take a look at his stats. I mean, he's pretty much, he's a monster. He's not going to miss many passes. Defensively here, same again across the board, except we did add J.J. Watt, which is a huge addition for us. He's going to add Fearmonger on the squad for us. And then we got Golden at cornerback to make a start, and that's the only changes we've made, to be honest. I think it's enough. We have a pretty good talent around us, a lot of speed rushers, and now that we add J.J. Watt, I think that might just take us over the edge here and really get us into some playoff conversations, because with him, we'll get pressure inside, and we already know we can get it outside with Tack McKinley and Isaiah Simmons with their speed rushing. And Quinnen Williams as well. Man, we should be able to get after some people. So let's go ahead and get to mid-season, see what our record is, and, you know, if there's anybody we got to re-sign. Really hoping we have a nice record here come mid-season. Guys, how are we 0-7? I don't get this. I really don't. I mean, we're 0-7? Okay, alright, I guess, yeah. Brian Poole wants to come back. That's not a horrible deal. We might bring him back just to be a slot guy for us. Blake Cashman, probably do want to bring him back. Yeah, we're 100%. He wants a steal of a deal. Yes, you're coming back. All right, we'll increase that salary. We'll increase it. Other than that, yeah, it's just going to be Brian Poole here coming back. And Blake Cashman, man, he's got great stats. 90 speed? He's got 90 speed. Good zone coverage. Nice tackling. I mean, yeah, he's got great stats. 100% got great stats to go along with CJ Mosley. But, man, how are we 0-7? Damn, man, no playoffs. No freaking playoffs here. We finished 7-9. Okay, well, we came back there towards the end of mid-season. I could have won the division. I just don't get how we get off to these 0-7 starts. Like, what is going on? We have a pretty good team. Pretty good team. I mean, okay, Sam Darnold's putting up stats. What else do they want? Okay, we can't throw 20 picks. Can't throw 20 picks. 4,200 yards, 38 touchdowns, 20 picks. Wow. 68% completion rate. That's just not like him. He's been throwing not even double-digit picks this whole rebuild. That's a little weird. 1,400 yards by Bell, 9 touchdowns to 1 fumble. Receiving, yes, that's what I wanted to see. Man, you can bounce receivers over to tight ends in a big way, and they'll make differences. We're going to keep him at tight end. 86 receptions, 900 yards, and 9 touchdowns by Josh Gordon at tight end. That worked out in a big way. 81, 812 by Crowder. 59, 850, and 4 by Kindred Rogers. Robbie Anderson taking a step back. 67 receptions, 600 yards, 3 touchdowns. Bell did work as well. The turnovers hurt us real bad, it's looking like, from Sam Darnold. Hurt us real bad. Sacks. How is our left tackle still allowing 17 sacks? How? I don't get that. I mean, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. I don't know. Defensively here, we get 105 tackles by CJ Mosley. 99 by the Rook, Malcolm Golden, which is impressive. He also had 2 picks. 79 by Marcus May. Sacks, we're going to get 11.5. Finally a breakout season by Isaiah Simmons. Seems like he just needed somebody to take a little pressure off of him. J.J. Watt will do that for you. So we get 11.5 by Isaiah Simmons in his 3rd year now. 9.5 by J.J. Watt. 7 by Quinnen Williams. 4 by Takk McKinley. Need a little bit more from Takk McKinley. Definitely do. Interceptions here, we're going to get 4 by Awuzie, 3 by Mosley, 2 by the Rook, Malcolm Golden, and 1 by Jamal Adams. I would have hoped Jamal Adams would put up some gnarly stats here. I mean, don't get me wrong, these are good, but they're not out of this world stats, which I would have hoped he'd had, considering we gave him nearly $100 million contract. So I'm going to need you to step up here, and that's year 4. Heading into year 5, we're going to have to just go all out here. So we're going to offer 2 contracts here. We're going to go after Bobby Wagner to add to this linebacking core, to add this with CJ Mosley, which is nasty. If we're able to land him, we're the only one offering him a contract. Can you imagine him and CJ Mosley together? Then we're going to offer Jonathan Jones as well, just to add a nice slot guy in there for us. And I mean, we're pretty much going to be a complete team in all phases of the ball. We don't have that elite receiver, unfortunately. Wasn't able to develop one throughout this rebuild, but heading into year 5, we're able to land these guys. We're looking nice. So let's go ahead and advance forward, see if we're gonna accept these, and they do accept them. I don't know if I'm gonna show the draft, considering we really don't need a whole lot, or a whole lot in the draft that's gonna really, you know, change who we start. So if we do get someone big in the draft, I'll let you guys know, but if not, I'll see you guys at the start of year 5. Well, we know what time it is, and we've got a couple of upgrades here. It is Super Bowl or bust time. Offensive line is looking natty. Josh Gordon still here, had a great year as his first year as our tight end. Wide receivers aren't bad. Again, Jamison Crowder with superstar development. He's going to have some extra traits there. Robbie Anderson, Kindred Rogers has played well. Le'Veon Bell hasn't regressed badly at all. And Sam Darnold now has superstar development. He has some abilities. He's got inside Deadeye, which is really good, and then Conductor, which I'm not sure if that affects the sim at all. But let's go ahead and check out the defensive side of things. Still got J.J. Watt, Quinnen Williams, Leonard Williams. We got Chidobe Awuzie playing at cornerback. Golden has superstar development as well. We picked up Jonathan Jones to play the slot. Same safeties have been here the whole rebuild. Outside linebackers, we got Tack McKinley, Isaiah Simmons, who are upgraded quite well. I mean, they'll get after you. And then we got CJ Mosley to pair with Bobby Wagner. I'm going to give Bobby Wagner the nod as a starter because he is got an X factor. And man, those linebackers together, watch out. Watch out with those linebackers, man. They will get after some people and just, they're not going to miss many tackles on the year. I would expect, yeah, so I'm really expecting us to have a nice year. Not going to check back at midseason. There's no reason to. We're just going to simulate straight to the end of the year. We're not re-signing anybody because we are in the 5th and final year. So it's Super Bowl or bust. Let's see if we make it. Let's see if we make the playoffs. All right, we got ourselves a nice little bye here, taking on the Browns. Oh, God. Okay. Well, it was a close game, at least the last time we played them. Not looking forward to that matchup. Not looking forward to it. Buffalo's 12-4. Okay. Go ahead and check out the stats here. So Sam Darnold didn't throw for a whole lot of touchdowns. How many picks? 4,100 yards, 26 TDs, 10 picks, 68% completion rate. Well, it's a cut down from 20, so I'll take that. Le'Veon Bell still putting up good numbers. 1,400. Actually, about 1,500. Average 5.5 yards a carry. 14 touchdowns and a fumble. I'll take that all day. Receiving here, we get 98 receptions by Jamison Crowder. Nearly 1,000 yards, 3 touchdowns. Robbie Anderson, 81, about 906. 67, about 870. 8 touchdowns by Kindred Rogers. Josh Gordon, decent production, 78, 706. And then Le'Veon Bell doing pretty good work from the receiving game as well. Okay. Let's cut down here on the sacks, please. All right. His lowest number allowed, yes, 11. I don't get why he's been allowing so many. Oh, he's played 1,200 downs, though. Not horrible stats by our O-line, though. I'll take that. Defensively, we get 103 tackles by Malcolm Gordon, a cornerback. 96 by Bobby Wagner. 87 by CJ Mosley. 77 by Jamal Adams. Sacks, we're going to get 8 by Isaiah Simmons. 8 by J.J. Watt. 5 by Tack McKinley. Another 5 bomb there by Williams. Quentin Williams with 4. Jesus, we got after him. 3 picks by Golden. Oh, Jesus, he's going to have a nice upgrade point, I would hope. How many? I think we can see here. Oh, only 3. 2 picks by Jamal Adams, though. 2 by Chidobe. 1 by CJ Mosley. Just a couple of 1 bombs here. So pretty good. Pretty good. We have a pretty good overall year. Let's check out the yearly awards. Josh Allen wins it for the Bills. We aren't in the conversation, unfortunately, but we're in the playoffs. We have a very nice record. Beat out Buffalo for the division. And we're taking on the Browns at home. We got to win this in year 5. All right, here we go. Rematch of the playoffs. We very much could have won last time against Cleveland. We get off to a 10-0 lead. They get a field goal out of it. Oh, I need a touchdown, please. Yes, there we go. There we go. Start putting up some points. Oh, looks like we're going to get a dub over Cleveland, which is impressive. Really impressive. Cleveland is a Madden destroyer. I mean, Sam Darnold didn't play well. We are only playing on 6-minute quarters, though, so that could be a reason for the deflated numbers here. But we get the job done against Cleveland in a big way, 34-11, and we're moving on to the AFC Conference Championship. All right, taking on the Indianapolis Colts here. This should be a fun one. Some of you guys were asking me, why don't I play the moments anymore? I don't know. I don't really want to win the games for my team. I want the team that I built to be able to get the job done. So, I mean, if we have to take an L here and there. Interception for us right away, bruh. That's huge. We should get a touchdown out of that, and we do. But, yeah, I don't want to have to win the games for my team. I want my team to be able to get the job done, and it looks like they're getting it done here. Jesus. 28-3, and it's a second quarter. Well, it's not to get too far ahead of ourselves here. Let's still put the pressure on Indy. Put up 42 on them. Hey, you know what? Let's make it 50. Let's make it 50. Trying to make a comeback a little bit too late, though. We headed to the Super Bowl. Looks like we built ourselves a squad that can play real nice, and they are. We get the job over Jacoby Brissett. We get it done over him. He's still playing in Indy, and it looks like he's doing well. He had a pretty decent game, but we blow the brakes off of Indy, 42-20. And we're headed to the Super Bowl. Here it is. Here we go. 5th year Super Bowl. Let's get it. And this is what it comes down to, taking on Seattle. Really a squad that I didn't want to have to face in the Super Bowl. They are dirty, bro. They got some people. They find J.K. Dobbins there. Let's just see what happens. I mean, it looks like we just have a high-powered offense. I mean, we move every time we get the ball. And our defense makes the occasional stop, which is nice. Seattle makes it a one-possession game. Come on, please. Give me something. We're getting hairy here. Give me something. There we go. I mean, you can't give me a heart attack. Jesus. I was back and forth the whole game. And we get the job done. It looks like Pete Carroll. Is that Jay Gruden? Okay, so it looks like Seattle let go of Pete Carroll for Jay Gruden. You know, yeah, that's a real smart move. Real smart move by him. Okay, wow. But they made the Super Bowl. You know what? Russell Wilson hanging his head down, you know, his second Super Bowl loss. Actually, I don't know how many times they made the Super Bowl in the sim here, but we get the job done. Sam Darnold wins player of the game. 230 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks, 79% completion rate. Looks like he steps up on the biggest stages, and we get it done. I mean, we had our work cut out for us. We had to completely rebuild our O-line. Secondary was in shambles besides safety, and we get it done. And that was a pretty good one. That one felt pretty good, to be honest, because we actually had to work for it. We weren't just, I mean, we had a couple players to start with, but we were working. Like, when you have to completely rebuild an O-line, that's insanely hard. And I'm surprised we got it done, but either way, we get it done here. We win the Super Bowl here with the Jets in year 5 coming down to the wire. You know it, though. We get the job done, and we get another W here for me in the rebuilds. Let me know what you guys thought about this one. If you guys did enjoy it, please make sure to leave a suggestion of who you want to see next, and I'll make sure to shout you out at the beginning of the video. And also, we did just hit 800 subscribers, already at about like 820 now. So I really do appreciate all the support, guys. I want to see if we can hit 900 subscribers faster than we did hit 800. So if you're already not subscribed, please make sure you hit that sub button. I really would appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.